Hey man, let's break down a secret that no one's really teaching: how to make her emotionally dependent on you without chasing, begging, or forcing anything. See, most guys think that if they want a woman to get attached, they've got to pursue harder, love louder, give more. But all that does is flip the polarity. It makes you the one dependent on her. And when she feels that, when she senses that the center of your world revolves around her, the emotional gravity shifts and attraction dies a slow death. But there's a quieter, colder way to play this game. It's not about overwhelming her with love. It's about becoming the source of something she can't get anywhere else. You want her emotionally dependent? Don't try to be everything. Be the one thing that lingers in her head when you're gone. Be the mystery she can't solve, the peace she can't replicate, the calm in the storm that only you create. You don't build emotional dependence by flooding her with attention. You build it by curating your attention. Most guys offer their presence like a desperate bargain. They're there before she asks. They text before she responds. They compliment her before she earns it. But the high-value man, he gives slowly, intentionally. He lets her wait for his energy. And that wait builds weight. It makes every drop of affection feel earned. Emotional dependence doesn't start when she receives your love. It starts when she starts craving it. You want her hooked? Don't give her a constant flow. Give her doses, and let the spaces between those doses do the work for you. The real secret isn't in the way you show up. It's in the way you disappear. That's the paradox most men never grasp. You want her thinking about you all day. Don't respond instantly. Don't always be available. Don't overshare your emotions or your schedule. You create emotional dependence by giving her moments of emotional height, then stepping away. When a woman feels deeply and then experiences distance, her body creates longing, and that longing attaches itself to you. The key isn't to stay on her mind all the time. It's to create memories that haunt her when you're gone. That's how obsession starts. Most guys think emotional connection means being open and vulnerable all the time. But vulnerability without control just becomes emotional neediness. You don't need to dump your soul on her lap to create intimacy. You just need to reveal pieces strategically. Share something real, then pull back. Let her wonder. Let her feel honored by your openness, but not entitled to it. The more she senses that your emotions are a rare gift, the more she treasures every glimpse of your depth. You don't win her heart by laying everything bare. You win it by letting her earn the layers. Another powerful way to build dependence is through emotional calibration. Most men react. You respond. Most men get flustered by her moods. You remain still. When she's anxious, your calm grounds her. When she's dramatic, your silence centers her. When she's chaotic, your presence stabilizes her. Over time, her nervous system begins to associate you with emotional balance. That's real dependence, not on your words, not on your gifts, but on your energy. When you become the man who brings her back to center, she doesn't just want you, she needs you. Not out of fear, out of alignment. You also need to understand the power of contrast. When you're always soft, always gentle, always predictable, you become emotionally flat. But when you alternate between warmth and detachment, between affection and stoicism, between openness and distance, you create tension, and that tension builds addiction. Because now she's chasing an emotional high. She's wondering, what version of him will I get today? It's not manipulation, it's rhythm. And rhythm makes emotion feel alive. You become the drug. And like any high, the absence of it creates withdrawal. Let's talk about physical intimacy for a second. Most guys rush into it thinking it will solidify a bond. But sex isn't what creates emotional dependence. It's the emotional experience wrapped around it. It's how you act before and after. If you're needy post-intimacy, she feels the emotional imbalance. But if you remain calm, relaxed, in control, it tells her you're not emotionally spiked, that you're still holding frame, and that subtle difference makes her feel like she's the one who's opened up, not you. Emotional dependence isn't about what happens in the bedroom, it's about who she becomes because of you. You want to truly hook a woman emotionally? Give her a safe space to feel everything without judgment, but never let her feel like she controls your emotions. Let her cry, vent, laugh, rage, and just hold the space. Don't interrupt, don't solve, don't try to fix, just be still. When she sees that you can handle her wildest emotions without flinching, without becoming reactive, she will anchor herself to your energy. Because emotional containment is one of the rarest masculine traits. Most men match a woman's chaos. You, on the other hand, neutralize it, and that makes you irreplaceable. Here's the kicker. Emotional dependence isn't created by being overly expressive. It's created by being rare, by having depth, but not revealing all of it, by being warm, but not needy, by being present, but not always accessible. And that balance, it keeps her on edge. She doesn't know exactly what you're feeling, but she feels a lot when she's near you, and that emotional uncertainty creates longing. You become her emotional puzzle, and humans by nature chase what they can't fully solve. Another tool that builds emotional dependence is silence, not the cold, punishing kind, the powerful kind, the kind of silence that comes after an intense moment, after a confession, after an argument. When you don't fill the space, when you let the energy hang, that silence forces her to process, to reflect, to internalize. Most men rush to fill it because they're uncomfortable, but your silence, it makes her sit with what she's feeling, and the more she feels, the deeper she attaches. Don't fear silence, it's your strongest ally. If you want to build deep emotional dependence without chasing, you must master the art of emotional distance within connection. What does that mean? It means you can be there, present, available, but internally you remain sovereign. You don't grip her, you don't overinvest in her reactions. You're there, but your self-worth isn't tied to her emotional responses. That energy, where you're engaged but not attached, is the most confusing and attractive energy to a woman. She'll feel close to you, but won't be able to fully wrap her hands around you. And that paradox, that's what makes her keep showing up, because your emotional independence becomes her emotional craving. Let's talk about timing. When you give her emotional highs, do it unexpectedly. Don't follow a schedule. Don't reward good behavior instantly. Let her effort linger. Let her feel that she's reaching for something she doesn't fully own. Then, when you do give her your warmth, your intimacy, your vulnerability, it hits like lightning. That spike in her nervous system imprints you on her emotionally. She won't say it, but her body will respond. That unpredictability doesn't create chaos, it creates addiction, because every moment with you feels like it matters. It's not routine, it's not expected. It's powerful because it's rare. Another deep strategy most men overlook: be the calmest presence in every room she enters. Not just in arguments or emotional storms. Always, when she sees that nothing shakes you, that you move slow, think clear, and speak with intent, she begins to relax into your energy. And that relaxation, that's the beginning of attachment. She starts to feel safest when you're near, and the more she associates you with safety, not coddling, not weakness, but grounded, masculine safety, the more she can't function normally without your presence. She may not say it, but she feels it every time you're gone. That's dependence, that's influence, that's power. You also have to master emotional redirection. When she brings drama, don't resist it. Let it move past you like wind, and then redirect it. Ask a calm question. Lead the moment to depth. Bring her out of reaction and into reflection. Most men feed drama with more drama, but if you can transmute her chaos into clarity, you become a mirror she didn't know she needed. You become the man who not only stays grounded, but who pulls her into her better self. That's not just attractive, it's magnetic, because now you're not just someone she likes. You're someone she grows through. Emotional dependence is built through identity imprinting. What that means is, when she starts associating parts of her identity with you, she binds herself to your energy. You become the man who awakened her confidence, the man she felt most feminine around, the man who challenged her thinking, the man who pulled depth out of her. That imprint runs deeper than words. It runs deeper than attraction. It runs into the core of who she believes she is. And when a woman sees herself through the lens you gave her, she never really lets you go. Because letting you go would mean losing that version of herself. Another technique: create internal rewards she can only get from you. Not external ones, those are replaceable. Internal ones. Make her feel seen in a way no one else does. Make her feel heard without judgment. Make her feel like her softness, her laughter, her weird quirks are beautiful. Not because you say so, but because of how you look at her when she expresses them. When a woman feels emotionally fed by you in a way no other man can provide, she doesn't just want you, she starts needing that feeling, and she'll keep coming back for it, over and over. Don't underestimate the power of ending conversations first. It sounds small, but it's massive. Most guys drag things on. They talk until she fades. They wait until she disengages. But when you end things while the energy is still alive, while she still wants more, you create tension. That tension turns into emotional residue. It lingers in her chest. She walks away still feeling you, still wanting more. That gap between what she got and what she wanted is what keeps her emotionally connected to you. You're not being rude, you're being rare, and that makes all the difference. Consistency with unpredictability is another key. Be consistent in your values, your presence, your frame, but unpredictable in your expression. Don't let her see all your moods. One day you're stoic, the next you're playfully dominant. One day you're quiet, the next you're teasing. She doesn't know exactly who she's getting, but she always trusts the man behind the energy. That balance creates long-term fascination. She never gets bored, she never plateaus, because you're not a flat experience, you're a dynamic one, and she stays engaged trying to decode you. And the final piece, withdraw with grace. When the moment is right, when things feel too easy, too expected, too secure, step back, not with coldness, but with poise. Let her feel your absence, let her sit in silence, let her wonder, let her initiate. Because every time you leave a little space, you're reminding her that your energy isn't a guarantee, that your love is not on autopilot. And when she reaches back, you return not with desperation, but with calm strength. That cycle of presence, distance, and return is what wires her emotions to crave you. Not what you do, not what you say, but who you are and how you move. So remember, man, emotional dependence isn't built through effort. It's built through energy, through space, through silence, through contrast, through control. You don't chase her mind, you anchor it. You become the experience she can't duplicate. And the moment she realizes that, she's yours in ways she won't even understand.